How many of you all have ever been picked on or bullied in school? I have. Yes, me. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I was picked on in elementary school because I stuttered. Yes, me, Kayla, yes, I stuttered, but I did eventually get help. And that wasn't a nice scene, just being picked on because of how I talked, how I spoke, how I stuttered, basically. I was also picked on in middle school because students just thought I talked like a boy, you all. And I said, really? They think this, that I talk like a boy. And so what I would do sometimes is go home and record myself, or I would put my hands over my ears and just start talking and just say, really? Do I really talk like a boy? And so I would be down sometimes and, get upset, get mad, but I never really did anything. I stayed quiet. I was a very quiet person, very quiet student, child growing up. I didn't say much. And, sometimes I would isolate myself from large crowds. And so that made me feel just kind of sad sometimes and down. But again, I kept it all inside. But what it also did, you all, it also motivated me and encouraged me to just never give up, but to just continue being the person that I was born and blessed to be. I'm sure you all have coped with probably being bullied, or you also have children who have been bullied or being bullied in school. And it's not nice, it's not fun. Sometimes they come home and they're just completely silent. But then you find out a month or two later that they eventually come to you and say, Mommy, Daddy, this girl is picking on me because of the way that I dress, the socks that I have on, or my hair color, or the way that I walk. And so these signs we need to be aware of. We need to communicate and educate more to our children that, hey, if someone even starts to pick on your hair color or calls you names, talk to your teacher, talk to your parents, come to us, come to me immediately and let us know that you're being picked on and bullied. And some kids don't know how to express themselves or talk or to open up. And I was one of them. Again, I was very shy, very quiet, and I just held a lot in. I didn't know how to open up more and express myself. So the more that we communicate and talk and just build that relationship with our children, the better, okay? The better it becomes, and the more that they gain enough confidence and strength and self-esteem to know that, hey, my parents are here, my teachers are here to listen to me, to listen to what I have to say, to listen to what's going on in the classroom, in the lunchroom, in the cafeteria, in the bathroom. That it's okay that if I'm shy, if I'm quiet, but to open up, to have enough confidence and strength and a voice to actually speak up and speak out if someone is bothering you. And this happened to me in middle school. I was quiet. I was shy. I was picked on. And then I had this student who would just pick on me over and over, day after day, during my PE or physical education point in time. And he would just come up to me and just start touching on me. And I didn't know what to do. I was quiet. I was just very frightened. I didn't know what to do. And so eventually, one day after I got tired, you all, I just got tired of just the same student, the same boy coming up to me, touching on my body, just any kind of way. And so I eventually went to my parent, to my mother, and told her about it. And she came out, you all, immediately to the school. And it was eventually resolved. And so just the smallest signs that we see in our children, if they're coming home upset, if they're quiet, they run to their room, run to the bathroom, they don't want to say anything to you, they don't want to talk, or they're holding their head down, or if they're just completely silent the entire rest of the evening, those are signs. Talk to them. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them how was their day. Ask them how are they feeling. Ask them, is there anyone bothering them, picking on them, bullying them in school? Get to the problem, the issue, immediately. Don't wait. Because again, you do have children who are afraid to open up and talk and express themselves, communicate, because they just don't know how to. Maybe they weren't taught to open up more, to talk more, to communicate. They may be afraid or fearful, scared of the other person who's bullying them. Maybe they were harassed by that other student. So that's a sign, parents. So, oh yes, oh, You're Ever Special, Cremora, is an inspirational children's book, which would be my first children's book for your child, ages 6 through 9, which will impact, inspire, motivate, encourage, and just allow your child, your children, to have more confidence and self-esteem and to open up more with enough strength to know that if someone is bullying them, first of all, know that they're still beautiful, okay? They're still beautiful on the inside and on the outside. And that to never be afraid to open up and talk and go and tell an elder, go and tell a teacher or a parent that someone is bullying them, not to hold it all in, because then that can become a bigger issue. If they're being bullied day after day, month after month, and they just start to hold all of this stuff in here, that becomes a bigger issue, problem. And that's what we don't want, parents, for your child to just hold all of these emotions and fear and just being bullied on to where they just eventually, boom, explode. And we don't want to see that scene there, because then they can become violent. They can start harassing others and doing all kinds of things that goes on today. And that's what we don't want to happen, or to get to that point. So Cremora, she's a 3rd grader who's just been picked on and bullied because she has a girl in a classroom who thinks she's a geek because she's black and short and has beautiful curly hair, and she makes straight A's, and because her socks are a different color. And so she's afraid to talk and to open up with the teacher, because this goes on when the teacher's not in the classroom. And so we have children like this today. They're being bullied in class, out of class, off the campus. And so they're just so fearful that they don't know how to express themselves, open up and talk and go and tell somebody immediately. Because again, they may have been threatened not to. Okay. So, oh yes, Cremora, please make sure you visit my website at www.visiblevoice. Oh yes, for upcoming news on this inspirational children's book that will change, that will inspire, uplift, motivate, and encourage your child, our children, all across the world about bullying. But to also know that no matter what, no matter who, what, when, where, and why, that someone says something about you, that you're still beautiful inside, okay, inside and out, and that God made you specifically beautiful, special, on purpose, and to take that and just let whatever they say about you to motivate you, encourage you, uplift you, and inspire you every day of your life with a smile, a loving heart, respect, and with an attitude of gratitude, to know that each and every one of you are special, are loved, Thank you all. God bless.